Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
you've talked me into it.
That was Henry Dean at Tuesday's St. Johns County Board of Commissioners meeting. With more on our top story, Amy Cherry.
He had voted in favor of removing the strategic plan initiative from the agenda, but he was outvoted and persuaded to support it. Commissioner Christian Whitehurst made a convincing argument.
In theory, everybody has expressed to me, we want jobs in St. Johns County. But then when we go and we see an economic development proposal, nobody wants it near their home. How can we as commissioners plan for economic development in St. Johns County without a strategic plan? With the inevitable growth that will continue with the #1 school district, 42 miles of coastline, low taxes, how many schools do we need? How many miles of widening on the roads do we need? How many parks do we need to accommodate the inevitable growth that will come in the next 10 years? I think a strategic plan could help us answer those questions.
County Administrator Hunter Conrad explained what the plan involves.
The strategic plan is about aligning mission, vision, values, priorities, goals, and objectives that the board already has but may choose to update. That process would include a number of community workshops as well as individual meetings with the board so that you as the elected representatives would have the opportunity to drive what the strategic plan looks like for the course of either 5 or 10 years.
Commissioner Krista Joseph expressed concerns about cost.
Hiring a consultant is a lot of money.
Conrad aimed to quell her concerns.
We already have $1 million for the branding initiative. Some of that money could be used to do this. It doesn't have to do a budget transfer. It's all around strategic planning. There's nothing else needed. So we're not going to have $1 million this year in implementation from a branding standpoint. So if we were to move forward, the money is in this budget.
Dean says his support is conditional.
My biggest concern is for us to really reach out to the public, have a couple charrettes, a couple town hall meetings, and come up with a really, really good revised growth management plan for this county. And I don't want anything to happen that would slow that down.
The board unanimously voted to move forward with establishing a strategic plan. With St. Augustine's local morning news, I'm Amy Cherry.
This local news is a service of your hometown Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. St. Johns County Commissioners get an update on a driver license reinstatement program.
County Clerk of Courts Brandon Patty describes a program called Operation Greenlight.
Since its inception, Operation Greenlight has helped 824 drivers legally get back on the road. During last year's event, our office assisted 337 St. Johns County residents in becoming eligible for driver's license reinstatement and collected just north of $45,000 in fines and costs. Currently, 7,700 St. Johns County residents have a suspended license, and we are strongly encouraging them to take advantage of this opportunity to save on debt collection fees.
The program will be active later this month.
This event will be held from Monday, March 20th through Friday, March 24th, and gives individuals who have had their driver's license suspended due to unpaid court costs and traffic citations an opportunity to save between 25 to 40% in debt collection fees to get back on the road.
Operation Greenlight was formed in 2015. For St. Augustine's local morning news, I'm Rich Petchke.
Before we go out there and just change the world, we wanted to do a pilot study.
That's St. Augustine Public Works Director Reuben Franklin. He gave Liz Ryan details about what big change they may be studying.
It would be a multimodal lane, bikes, scooters, and skateboards, and just different ways of moving around.
This proposed multimodal path would run right down the middle of St. George Street. But don't go adjusting the truck bolts on your skateboard just yet. They'll have to study this first.
Pending commission approval, which has not happened yet, we would go out there and put this multimodal pass in for a 12-month period, and we would have a consultant that does data collection, and we would study it. Those findings could be, yeah, this works well. We should look at reconfiguring St. George Street in a more permanent way, or the findings can be, no, it doesn't really work. Let's focus on another area for what I'll call micro-mobility vehicles to move around.
Reuben says what prompted this idea.
The city adopted a long-ranging mobility plan. That plan laid out a bunch of different things. And one thing is making it easier for multiple modes of people to move around the city of St. Augustine. In that vein, one of the things that has come up was looking at, could we add bikes and other modes on St. George Street? Because it's a nice north-south connector between Orange and Cathedral.
The multimodal path is just one part of a bigger initiative to find better ways to move around our ancient city.
It's not just St. George Street, but we're really intending to look from Cathedral, Cordova Street to the Bayfront, Cathedral north to Orange Street, and really looking at mobility improvements in that whole area.
We'll keep you updated on the progress of this multimodal path. For St. Augustine's local morning news, I'm Liz Ryan.
And now you're up to date with St. Augustine's local morning news. I'm Rich Carroll.